Listen, I'm gonna let this music rock out, man. This is how we do, man. You want tuned in with the TKP report. So we, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna rock out a little bit while the guest is here. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we do. We're gonna give this brother a warm East Coast welcome, because he's on the west side. I'm gonna get right into it now. But I'm gonna change the music a little bit because, out of respect to this man, he's a super producer extraordinaire. He's got some incredible music that's out now that we're gonna get into. Once I get this intro out the way, and we're gonna go with this right here. It's a feel-good joint. It's become one of my new favorites. And ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the sounds of Centric. Name of this tune is Vibes. And once you get to hear it, you'll understand why. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You are now tuned in to the TKP report. I'm your host, K.Langevine. I'm your humble host. Extremely grateful for all the support. This is the last episode of season 1, and I feel that it's right that I take it out with a different vibe. My special guest today, his name is Centric. He goes to Centric. Super producer extraordinaire from the West Coast, representing the Bay Area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Multifaceted. This brother has worked with some of hip-hop's icons, some of hip-hop's godfathers. He's super duper talented. His range is amazing. He's half of the group that everybody's going to hear soon. Jock Scholar, Grand Opus, with his partner being Jock Scholar. They got the type of vibe of Gangstar and Primo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Centric, all the way coming from the West Coast.
Now everybody's smiling now. DJ on the ones and twos and this feeling like they survive. They just played my song and I'm dancing like I could fly.
That's become one of my favorite joints, man. Welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show, man. I'm thankful and I'm grateful that you have, given me this opportunity to tell your story.
Right.
So I tried my best. Just introduce yourself, who you are, where you from, anything that I might have missed.
Oh man. Shoot, where to begin? Like the man said, I go by the name Centric, producer out of West Coast, Bay Area, one half of Grand Opus. I've been making music since, maybe 14. Grew up on true school hip hop, but I also got a love for soul music, R&B, jazz. Man, I love it all, and I try to do it all. Right now, I'm working on my compilation album called Love Received. Vibes is the first single off of that. Yeah, man, just trying to do my thing,
All right, so I just want you to know, right? So this is, like I said, the last episode, and I invited all of my previous guests to be a part of this special occasion. So I just want to shout out comedian Ty Rainey. I want to shout out Logo Kings. G, get well soon. We'll talk soon. Author James Rodman, he's got an incredible product out now. Shanice, you will love my man. DJ These Tracks. Grew up with this brother from the 70s. So this is a very special occasion. East Coast is showing. We're going to show you how we do it on the East Coast. Nothing but love. So, you say you've been making music from the age of 14, right?
Yeah.
I was introduced to your music back in, I think, about 2015, 2016. And that was kind of the beginning of my journalistic journey, if you will.
All right.
Fascinated with storytelling and whatnot. So 2016 or 2015, I believe, that's where you started. That's your first studio album? Yeah.
that year, that was the first Grand Opus studio album.
Okay.
Prior to that, I was producing tracks. I mean, I've been producing for people since 2008. But when me and Jock got together, I think we dropped 2015, 2016. That's when our first official album as a group came out, and then it's been on ever since.
Okay, shout out to Devon Warren Photo, one of my best friends in life. Appreciate you coming back. He's also an esteemed guest from the TKB Report.
Yes.
So, like I said, when I was introduced to your music, that was kind of the beginning for me on this road, on this path here. You've been producing since, you said, 2008?
About 2008, yeah.
So now was production always the thing, or were you an MC at one point? Could you say you true hip hop? Were you a graffiti artist, a breakdancer, a DJ?
Nah, I mean, I've tried my hand at MCing. I'm not bad, if I should say so myself, but I think everybody has their knack, their natural knack. And I think, you know, sound and producing and, you know, that's my official lane. So, you know, I might step out occasionally, but it's always just been about those beats and production and just the creation of it, man.
All right, so your catalog, when it comes to production, you got a real East Coast vibe. So I'm just gonna ring off just a couple of the names that you've worked with that I've seen. I'm gonna call you right back. It's my mother. I'm gonna call you right back. All right, Mom. I'm gonna call you back. All right. All right. So you've worked with Lil Fame from MOP.
Right.
You worked with the brother from Helter Skelter. You work with Buckshot from Black Moon. You work with Swiss Beats. You work with Sky Zoo. That's just to name a few. You work with the brother from the Alcoholics. You work with Black Rob, Sadat X, Slaughterhouse. Like I'm pretty sure that I'm missing a bunch. How does a brother from the West Coast link up with such like iconic, true, raw, gritty hip hop figures from the birthplace of it all?
Right. To be honest, man, it's the music. Like it's literally just the music. Like I've always been a fan of hip hop and music in general. I didn't care where it was from. If it's dope, it's dope. I don't care if they're from the West Coast, the East Coast, down south. If I like it, I like it. But growing up, and I don't know why this is, but I grew up on a lot of like what you would call underground East Coast artists. That's kind of like my friends was listening to that, you know, while especially like here on the West Coast, like in the early 90s and mid 90s, while everybody was on like, you know, E40 and Tupac and Snoop. Like me and my friends, we was listening to like Tribe Called Quest and Gangstar. You know what I'm saying? Like I just grew up that way. So when I started making music, started producing music, just organically, my music favored that style. So, you know, the better I got at it, you know, just, you know, artists from, you know, that coast with that same particular style just gravitated towards my music. I mean, I didn't have any connections as far as reaching out to these people. Like, I didn't know anybody that knew Black Rob or nothing like that, man. I just got my hustle on and, man, search for emails and, you know, Twitter, social media. Hey, check this out. And they was feeling the music. You know, once they hear the music, they just like, you know, whether you know the cat or not, if you feeling his music, you know, they like, oh, okay, you know, let's work. And the rest is history, man. So I was just sending out them emails and sending out them beats, man. That's how that go.
Well, special shout out to DJ Leon, who is the DJ for the legendary Fugees, and then went on to be the DJ for the legendary Wyclef. So I invited all these people back because I thought that it would be fitting that such icons like yourself, On the Way, Leon, and a couple of others that's in there, that, you know, we all vibe and we all connect, and God willing, you know, I like the network, and we can kind of bridge some gaps and start working together with
No
you
doubt.
and some other people that, you know.
No doubt.
All right, so there's a particular artist that has become one of my favorites as well, Skyzoo. So, quick story, years ago, they had a show at the spot called The Wick in Brooklyn.
All right.
It was the Bow Brothers, Skyzoo and Torre, did an album together.
Right.
Went to The Wick. It was crickets. They changed the venue, didn't know what the venue was, figured it out, went to SOBs, and Kayla, go get me the charger for this computer. Tell Lee to get it. And I go to SOBs, and it's one of the truest hip-hop experiences that I've ever had to date, and I've had quite a few. All right. Tell me how you linked up with him. I'm just curious with that.
Again, man, like that was just an email. They was literally just an email. I think back in like 2012, I was producing a mixtape for this artist who lived in North Carolina, and I didn't even know about Skyzoo at the time, but he knew about it.
Okay.
And, like, man, I want to do this record with this cat named Skyzoo out of New York. Like, dude, he is like, man, he's so nice. Like, he's so dope. I'll do it. He's got an email up. Let's email him, see if he get back. So he got back. Skyzoo was super cool, man. Super dope, super cool. Was totally open to doing the track. Man, sent us the verse. Track came out dope. And that was that situation. And then fast forward to the grand opus period, to the now. Me and Jock is working on High Power. And, man, we just, thinking of, who we could feature on the album, who would be dope. And Skyzoo popped in my head. I've always been a fan. Like, once I found out who Skyzoo was, like, I became a huge fan. And I was just like, man, wouldn't it be dope to get Skyzoo and Jock on the track? So, I sent another email out. I don't think he remembered that we had collaborated before, so I didn't even bring it up. Man, I was acting like I was hitting him up for the first time. I was just like, hey, Grand Opus, check us out. We'd love to work. Man, once Skyzoo heard the track, hopped on him again. Another dope record, man. So as long as Skyzoo was open to working, I'm gonna keep reaching out to him, man, because he's, in my opinion, definitely one of the nicest out right now, man.
I agree.
Nicest out, period.
I agree. So moral to the story is, whatever it is that you want in life, you just gotta hustle and grind until you get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know that about you, but I certainly respect it. I just thought that you were kind of connected, like your father or your mother or your grandmother or whoever might have been in these circles where you can kind of work with such hip hop figures. So salute to you just for your hustle. So any young artists out here that's watching this, listen, if it's something that you want bad enough, you're gonna work hard. You're gonna work just as hard to get it.
Absolutely. And what's dope about that is that, once you, go out of your way to reach out, to, these particular artists, then some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them you actually start to build a relationship with. So they actually become a part of your network. And
absolutely.
So at this point, they going out talking about you with other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for an example, like, say the record I did, with Buckshot.
Yes.
There might be somebody that I want to work with that he knows. You know what I'm saying? So I might get at Buck and be like, hey, could you get at such and such? I really want to work with him. And then Buckshot could vouch for me in a sense and be like, yeah, this dude Centric, he official, he dope. I'm going to link y'all two together. So, but like I said, it starts with just being brave and just putting yourself out there, you know what I'm saying? And just, once you connect, you build your own network, and then you can use your network to work for yourself. So, you got to take that first step, though.
And your network becomes your net worth.
Boom.
You know what I mean? Shout out to my nephew, Jakai, in the building, right? So,